All right, good morning. Greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton. And yes, I'm trying out the Cloak of Destiny, apparently, the Shirt of Fate. That's correct. I'm trying to work on an invisibility cloak for YouTube channels everywhere. No, I didn't realize until I just was about ready to go on live that apparently the shirt I put on is color not advantageous to go broadcasting on YouTube, so it is kind of blocking out. Apologies if this caused you any kind of distress. At any rate, hey, we've got some news coming out of Lions camp or Detroit yesterday, late in the evening. It is being speculated that the Detroit Lions will have a defensive start, maybe a few that will miss training camp either in full or part. So we'll debate that with the Duke crew and everybody this morning today. Also, we have a couple headlines that have come on out that we'll get into in our 5 headlines now segment momentarily. But if you have not yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. We are about 10 subs away from hitting 6,800 subs. It's been a heck of an off season for the channel, even though, sometimes it is a slower time. I'm very thankful for everybody helping on out with that. Also, if you're watching the video and you enjoy the content, either the channel or this particular video, don't be afraid to hit that thumbs up button. It doesn't cost you anything. It only takes about a half second of time to smash that button. We try to get each video to 200 to 300 likes, thumbs up, or more. So if you can help out with that, that would be great. Last but never least, outside of being a coach, a YouTuber, a scout, I am a realtor. Have been for since the early 90s. So if you're looking to buy or sell property anywhere in the great state of Michigan, give me a call or shoot me a text. You see the number on the screen, 269-998-2384. Let's see what I can do to help save you some money, make the process a whole lot easier, take some stress off you, because most people do get stressed out about buying a house. You know, it's something that a lot of us don't do a ton in our life. Maybe we do it a couple times, and it can be a great unknown. So when you're facing something that's unknown, most people do tend to get a little worried, I guess you could say. So give me a call, shoot me a text. Let's see what I can do to help ease the stress, take away the worries, make the process streamlined, and again, save you some money. Again, 269-998-2384. All right, let's get into the headlines now. The 5 headlines that aren't the main topic of today's show. Today's show is going to be a little abbreviated. With tomorrow being the 4th of July, I will not be on tomorrow. I'm going to go out and take off today for a couple destinations and things. So we're going to have to cut it a little bit short today. Hopefully you guys can survive basically a day off from Duke Crew Nation. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get to 5 headlines now. All right, so 5 headlines now. We've got a couple of ones. Let's get into it. Lions star Aiden Hutchinson highs hopes for the 2024 campaign will get fans fired up. He predicts the Detroit Lions will win the Super Bowl. Not only does he predict a very good regular season for both the team, himself, but this is from our friends over at Clutch Points. Hey, he's predicting the Lions will go after it, get in it to win it, bring home the Super Bowl the first time since the Super Bowl has been, or the NFL title has been named the Super Bowl, the Lions would have won it. And you know what? There does seem to be more and more growing evidence that Lions are going to be one of the favored teams. And let that sink in for longtime Lions fans. The Lions enter this season as perhaps one of the most favored NFL franchises across the league. We've been talking in recent weeks about different outlets saying, hey, Lions have the best offensive line in the league. Lions have had one of the best off seasons in the league. We know that a couple days ago I reported that out of Vegas, this is from some of our stock trading sources and stuff like that, that somebody put down a $10 million bet on Jared Goff to win the NFL MVP. So maybe somebody's got some inside information, but what you're starting to see with Hutchinson's comments here and more comments across the league, Lions are getting noticed. Lions are viewed as one of the dominant teams out there. And you know what? Aiden Hutchinson, one of the brightest stars, is saying, yeah, the goal this year is to bring it home. Let that sink in. A Lions fan having to hear talk in earnest about the Lions winning a Super Bowl. All right, linebacker who, quote, washed out in Detroit scores big contract with Patriots. And that's Giovanni Tavai signs a $15 million deal with the Patriots. So good for him. Hey, I don't know if it would have been any different if he would have been here with DC, and the rest of the current regime. We all probably get The prior regime just wasn't great at developing talent. And let's even take it a step further. They weren't even good at drafting talent. They hit on some first rounders, and that was about it. The rest of the draft was meh in the Quintricia era. And this just kind of further corroborates basically the lack of ability they had to identify talent and then retain talent / develop it, train it up. All right, 2024 Detroit Lions fantasy preview is now available at NBC Sports. So I know a lot of people get into fantasy football, fantasy sports. So with just a couple weeks away from training camp kicking off, I know a lot of people that get into these and have their draft parties, etc., or events, I should say. You may want to go over and check out the 2024 Detroit Lions fantasy preview. That is again available at NBC Sports. All right, NFL analysts suggest the Lions add former Pro Bowler with ties to coaching staff to the defense heading into the training camp, and that is linebacker Quan Alexander, and this is from our friends at A to Z Sports. So we all get it. People are speculating who. Yeah, you look at all the remaining free agents, especially the bigger names, the guys that have been Pro Bowlers. Where will they end up? Where will they land? Who would sign them? Who would be a good fit for them? Could Alexander come on in Detroit? Absolutely. Could they beef up the linebacker spot? Yeah. My anticipation is, though, they're going to keep, 4 or 5 linebackers, probably 5 on the roster. Could he be the 5th? I think it is possible if they do. If they keep 4, I don't think he has got a chance. I just don't see the team moving on from Rodrigo, Barnes, Anzalone, or Campbell. That's just my opinion. If they keep a 5th, could somebody like this be a person of interest? I'd say that's probably pretty fair. All right, and then this is another one. This is from Yardbreaker. So they had a debate going on. Fact or fiction, is Aaron Glenn on the hot seat? I think we've all talked about it to some degree. There is a majority, I won't even say majority, I'll say there is a percentage of the fan base that have not been fans of Aaron Glenn. I think he's done a pretty good job with what he's been given. And until this recent offseason, I don't think he's really had a ton of toys to play with, but he's had some. And what he's kind of made last year out of that defense with the limitations of the secondary, I think that's pretty commendable for what he was able to achieve and nearly get us to the Super Bowl. That being said, could it be that Aaron Glenn could be on the hot seat? I'll let you guys debate it in the comments section below, but those are your 5 headlines as of today, July 3rd. So let's go ahead and get on over to the main topic of the day. All right, I guess I could take that. There we go. I reveal the shirt of invisibility for the Duke Crew. All right, so let's head over to the Duke Crew. What do you guys think? DJ Reader, if he does miss all of training camp, or at least a good percentage of it, would you be worried about it? My personal opinion, and that's all it is, my opinion, I would not be worried about it. If he was a rookie or maybe only been in the league a year or two, probably would be a little bit more worried about it than someone of his stature with his kind of experience. My thought is he's been injured. Those are significant injuries. I'd let him just rest up. Maybe some light positional workout during camp, doing some things, but non-contact, non-invasive, just real light, keep him fresh. Let some of the younger guys, Broderick Martin or whoever, get out there and get meaningful reps, help them further develop him, maybe Wingo or some of the other guys, let them get it. And I think everybody's got enough respect for DJ Reader to say, hey, if we really need him, he's out there. But we don't really need him at this point. Brian Branch will be another one we'll have to talk about this training camp. Can we just let them rest up, get as healthy as possible for the Rams? At least that's my thoughts, what I would expect the coaching staff to do. Probably the training staff will recommend it as well. But let's see what you guys have to say about it. Moonscar, morning, Duke Crew. Back at you, Moonscar. Hopefully having a great day and a great 4th of July coming up tomorrow. All right, Mike the Marine, howdy, Dan, and Duke Crew. Back at you, Gunny. How you doing today? See, Bo, good morning, Duke Crew. Playoffs are what counts. I see Super Bowl. Woo! And 100%, yeah, end of the day, training camp is what it is. It's a great opportunity for a lot of guys to get on the same page, get verbiage, terminology down, timing routes, all sorts of stuff like that. With someone like a veteran like Reader, he can still learn the terminology and some of those things on the sideline, picking it up, watching and saying, okay, what are we doing here? All right, I got it there. And it will be different when he gets on the field and the snaps are real, but he can kind of absorb some of that stuff while keeping his body fresh and letting it heal up. So, yeah, get to the regular season, the games that matter, get out there to win it, hopefully the number one seed, and then push in the playoffs like you're saying, Bo. All right, Stephanie, good morning, boys, exclamation point. I, for one, am okay with the team resting Reader for training camp. Same with anyone else who is injured. Get them healed up and ready to play for the games that matter. Yeah, 100%. We think alike on that. So I agree with that. And yeah, good morning to you too. See, Matthew Green, salutations. Good morning, everyone. Super Dome, Super Bowl. Woo, woo, woo. And you know what, man, it is a woo-tastic morning for you. You know, maybe since there won't be a show tomorrow, maybe what I'll do is work on some of these extra tidbits for the show, or video clips and stuff that I keep meaning to do. So I do want to keep adding more effects, and maybe I can talk to the infamous one, Kurt Steele, about it, because I know he's pretty dang good at it. All right, let's see. Clark Green, salutations, everyone. Dan, how good do you think the defense will be this season? Question mark. Any real weaknesses of it? I think the defense is going to be pretty dang good. And I love the fact that I'm anticipating a highly assertive, aggressive, in-your-face defense that's going to get a ton of hits on different people. With that being said, are there weaknesses? Well, until we know the secondary is fixed from last year, I'm going to say it's still weakness. I believe it's going to be much, much better than it was last year. But we still got to see that in games that matter, on the field. I believe Carlton Davis will be a huge win for this team. I believe Terrion Arnold has some potential. If this defense really performs, and he is as advertised, he's got some potential to push for Defensive Rookie of the Year. And I've said it before, after the draft happened, we all talked about it on the show. I think it's going to be a real strong possibility when they do the redraft 2-3 years from now, that people will say, man, he was a top 7 pick. Well, how the heck did the Lions get him, down there at 24? I think it'll be one of those situations. I also think, you got Robertson, you've got Emmanuel Mosley, if he's healed up and able to go, and you've got Rakestraw. You got a bunch of guys in that secondary that I believe are going to come on out and just have phenomenal seasons. Iffy, Kirby, etc. You go through a laundry list of names, and I do believe the secondary will hold up. But we got to see that happen. As far as the defensive line, Davenport, I think he will be a big impact for us. I'm not going to say he's going to be an all-pro player, Hall of Fame player, but I think if nothing else, he's going to be a very good, sound rotational piece for us. I think that's his floor. His ceiling, on the other hand, is he could be a defensive starter and maybe get close to double-digit sacks, clog up the running lane as good as anybody else probably on that opposite side. Although I will say this, Josh Pascal, I do believe, as far as our defensive end who can stop the run, as good as anybody on the team, he's up there. Him and I think Hutchinson are very good at that. Although some of Hutchinson's stats last year against the run weren't the greatest. Against pass, he was. But I think the defense is going to be overall, I don't know, man. I don't want to put too much, fandom into it, but I'll say they could be close to a top 10 defense. And that was probably too long of an answer for you, Clark. But hey, now you got it. All right, Brent, good morning, Coach and New Crew. Lombardi or bust, exclamation point. Oh, yeah. Maybe that's what I can do tomorrow. Try to finally get the Macho Man on here, right? Jesse, good morning, everyone. My question is Reader going to be reliable at all? Question mark. That's my fear. Hey, it's the NFL, especially for someone that's had a couple quad tears and severe strains. It's a fair question, Jess. I'm going to go out and say this about our medical staff. They've proven in their time here that they're pretty dang good at not just helping our guys in season recover, but off season, etc. They would have been involved in the process of evaluating Reader, saying, hey, here's our recommendations, here's our fears. You guys get all that stuff. It's my anticipation that based on that, they felt pretty good about Reader, having the time to heal, what he's going to be like after they're done working with him. So if they signed off on him saying, hey, bring him in, then I'm going to say he's going to be as reliable as any other veteran NFL player. There's always a possibility of re-injury or new injuries, but hey, what he brings to the table can't be miscalculated. See, Michael, greetings, salutations, Duke Crew, exclamation points, Super Bowl or bust, one pride. And good morning to you, too. I'm giving you the long woo. There you go. Drake, good morning, Duke Crew, exclamation point. Getting that morning coffee going now. Well, get it going, enjoy, and hey, welcome to the show, my friend. See, France, good evening, all. I hope Reader balls out this year and helps others have great seasons. That will be the other part of it. What Reader would do on a different defensive line than this one, it's debatable what he will do for this year's defensive line for the Detroit Lions and how that will help McNeil. I get we've talked about it, Hutchinson, and let's just assume for now that Davenport is the starting end opposite, even though I'm still wanting James Houston. I think all of them are going to feed off each other, especially with all the blitzing we're going to do. It's going to be fun to watch, I believe. And I believe we're going to get burned on some plays because the style of defense we run, but I also think we're going to burn other offenses a lot with turnovers, busted up plays, hits on the quarterback. I could see us knocking some quarterbacks out this year. And I know we nearly did with Stafford last year in the playoffs, where I think most of us would agree when he was looking up at the top of Ford Field, laying on his back, he was concussed. Say what you want, but hey, he got back on the field and he had a pretty good game. But I believe we're going to see a lot of quarterbacks get hit that way. And I don't want anybody to get hurt, but I do want our defense to get hits on the quarterback. All right, just say, Kate, good morning, gang. One less day until rookies report, 100%. Yeah, we're down to, 18 days. I don't hold me to my math, but it's close to that. Let's see, Mike the Marine Gunny, no worries here. We can afford to rest Reader on IR. He will be a valuable asset in the room in the long season. Super Bowl, woo! And if they go that route where they put him on the short-term IR, yeah, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it because that means he's got a long time to rest, recover, and really for the bulk of our NFC North games, he would then be available. Yeah, I would have to do the Scooby-Doo the math on if they put him on during training camp, when he'd be out. But yeah, he'd be available to the team at probably a critical part of the year. Matthew, Brad Holmes is just developing the best medical and training staff in the NFL and the players to prove it. Levi is proof of that. He can play a full season. Not many come back from his type of injury. No, you hear a lot of people talk about it, and thankfully, I have never had a spine infusion or back injury to that degree or anything, but you do hear a lot of people who have come out and said what Levi Onwuzurike is doing is just unheard of. And if he makes the team this year, which I think you guys saw my roster prediction, he does, in my opinion. If he does that and then continues what he did last year, just at a higher snap total, yeah, kudos to him, man. He's pulled off basically a miracle, the impossible, whatever you want to say. And you know what? Maybe he buys some more time for DJ Reader to heal up. So another thing to consider. All right, good morning, Coach, and the world-famous Duke Crew. One pride. That's probably another shirt. Need to get on over to the Lions Talk Live store is the Duke Crew shirt or something along that line. So speaking of which, I'll put put that on the bottom of the screen so Jen doesn't yell at me. But yeah, get something about the world famous Duke Crew. I think that'd be a good one. Hey, good morning. Hey, Rocky, good morning, all. He's a vet, should be okay. Yeah, I don't think he's going to need a ton of reps. Let him basically go until September 1st, or whenever the last regular season games, preseason games over. Now get him on the field. Now get him banging around and stuff. Give him as much opportunity to heal up as possible. See, Brent, I have faith in our superior medical staff and think he'll be fine, but reliable? That will be probably the question. If he goes out and plays a game or two and then gets re-injured or a new injury, hey, it's going to raise some eyebrows. It's unavoidable that it wouldn't raise eyebrows. But it's football. It's contact. He plays at one of the worst positions available as far as contact. Offensive line, defensive line, those guys get their bodies just destroyed on a weekly basis. And if you've ever been in a locker room or a training camp, like when I used to report on the Lions, basically for a full-time job, you would see the cumulative effect over a season on the linemen. And not to go off on a tangent or anything, but especially some of the guys that started getting into their late 20s or even 30s, yeah, you could just see how their movement's different, how they stiffen up. Yeah, a lot of them would tell me it's like being in a car wreck every single week. There's nothing you can do about it. You protect your knees, your body as best you can. So if they're going to be able to, take some of that wear off a veteran like Reeder, I would say, Brent, go ahead and do it. And reliable, hey, wait and see, trust the medical staff, and hopefully you can rotate guys enough to try to keep them fresher over the course of the season. All right, Hookadoo, I agree, Stephanie. I would rather see him miss training camp than any regular season games. I agree with that 100%, because training camp games or preseason games just don't matter. See, Lions fan number one, green salutations. So is Reeder just healing up more? Question mark. Any updates on Brian Branch or Kirby? So yeah, I think if he misses training camp, it is just to give him further time to heal up, rest up, especially those significant injuries. As far as Brian Branch and Kirby I know has been going through stuff with personal trainers, and he's been doing okay. I mean, better than expected, I guess would be fair to say. Brian Branch, he does have some mobility back. My anticipation is training camp, he's going to be sort of like Reeder. He's going to be very monitored, they're going to be very cautious with him and not overly exposing to him. I won't be surprised if Brian Branch doesn't play anything during the preseason other than individual positional coaches' workouts until the regular season game. So he'll be another one, I think, like Reeder. They're going to let that thing heal up as much as possible. All right, Captain America, what do you got? Good morning, everyone. Yes, let Reeder rest up in camp. He's a longtime vet. DJ doesn't need all the reps. I'm guessing that DC and the gang know that. Yeah, I would agree with that. They're probably had some sort of plan in place when they signed him that this would be the case when training camp opens. Hey, just let him sit back, rest, relax, and recover. See, Brent, Reeder is a dog for sure, but I'm not too worried because of our depth. No, and one of the good things we've been talking about all offseason is the amount of depth on this team. And not just at one position or two positions, it's across the board. Could it be that we keep an extra interior defensive lineman just so we can give some of the guys a little bit more rest here and there? It's totally possible. If you go back to my 53-man roster, we kept 9 offensive linemen. I'm pretty sure that's why I kept, just for that reason. 1, you want to develop them. 2, you got a couple rookies you're not going to expose to the practice squad. And the third part is so you've got depth to rotate players. I think there's a strong possibility they could keep 4 or 5 interior defensive linemen for those reasonings. All right, Miles Marker, good morning. Didn't Anzalone or someone get arrested last year, missed training camp, question mark? Something Holmes does because he doesn't mind signing injured signings. Yeah, that would be in cooperation with the MCDC. Brad Holmes all talking about, hey, we're going to bring this guy in. We understand he's going to need some more time to rest and recuperate. But again, they're trying to look for value. And that's just the Brad Holmes way. This guy's worth this amount if he's fully healthy. We can get him at this amount, though, because he's injured. But we understand during training camp or whatever it may be that we're going to have to rest him up a wee bit more. All right, Miles Marker. But maybe it's Dan's call. Yeah, it would be a accumulation of conversations between DC and Brad Holmes. So, yes, you are correct there. See, Rocky, he probably won't have played a preseason game anyways, just getting ready for the season. Yeah. I mean, again, they might put him through some individual stuff with coaching staffs on the sidelines, but probably nothing actually on the practice field. All right, let's see. Quentin, green salutations, y'all. Man, the coach knew DJ would not be ready until game time when we brought him in. It's cool. Let the boy rest up. Yeah, I think we're all pretty much sounds like we're in agreement on that. And see, Matthew, the Lions won't put him on the field until he is ready. They're willing to give a player the time to fully recover. They don't push them out there just to get injured again. Yeah, and the good part is this isn't like I don't think MCDC or anybody feels the need to go out there and win every single game in order to keep their job or whatever. So because of that, they're going to rely on the depth of the team. They're going to rely on the team as a totality. And injured players, yeah, they're going to give them an opportunity to rest up. Now, if it was later in the season, hey, this game, we win the North or the number 1 seed or whatever, then you might see some guys push their injuries a little bit more or in a playoff game or something like that. Moonscar, Reeder's injury happened in December. Worst case quad injuries take 4 to 6 months to heal and rehab. Here it is July. Put him on IR and keep another guy from getting poached. It could be. Yeah, they could put him on the short-term IR once the season starts or something if they feel like they need it. But again, with his injury in December, he should be, by the time really, September comes around, he should be fully healed, strengthened, rehabbed, all the above. Could they push it out even more just to let it firm up more? Sure. But my guess is by the time September kicks off, he's ready to go. Phil, good morning. Good morning, Phil. Hopefully you're having a great one, and thanks for all you're doing with the Do Crew guitars. Our guitar. Matthew, saw a short on Brian Brantz in the gym doing pull-ups. Looks good. Looking good. Didn't know where he is as far as the ankle, but he keeps, he's getting fit. He's staying fit. It sounds like he's recovering pretty well from everything I've heard from some friends over in the media in the Detroit area. But I'm guessing they're going to baby him along as well. Phil, is this the beginning of the wheels falling off of our team? Injuries could derail the whole thing. It could, but really outside of Brian Branch and DJ Reader, Emmanuel Mosley, I guess, there's not a ton of injuries, at least anything of a significant nature. But I think all of them would be available by the time the regular season comes, maybe even during the preseason. Don Reader will be just fine. No worries. Exclamation points. It's a dry season. We just need something to talk about. Yeah, I'll go with that. And again, the story, if you guys want to dig it up online, oh boy, I didn't. Sorry, guys. I didn't take a note on who provided that story. I probably should have, but my bad. But yeah, I don't think it's anything significant. You do have it also on Pro Football Rumors. They, among other outlets, are reporting that DJ Reader likely to miss time during training camp or all of training camp. So is it going to be a big thing? Is it like you're saying, slower time of the year that people need things to talk about? All that can be true. All right, Trump, FJB. All right, I'm not sure what FJB, who that is, but we'll go with it. And good morning to you too, my friend. Phil, dang nabbit, no politics. Yes, no politics, please. Please. Phil, go play. All right, man. No politics, and let's be nice to each other. Dang it, Trump, stop. Yes. What are we stopping? I guess maybe I missed something here, but hey, we'll keep on going. Moonscar. Phil, that's always the case. For concern, doesn't matter if it's a vet or a rookie. Remember Bengals rookie? Yeah, Javon Carter. Depth is key. Yeah, I mean, especially in a sport like football, not that it can't happen in every sport, but a sport like football, every play there could be an injury and a significant one. You can't play safe, otherwise you will get ran over and destroyed, and then you probably will get injured. So do what you can to help the player out to the best of your ability. But at the end of the day, this is their profession, and if they really want to play and earn their profession, their way in life, then you know what? It's an unfortunate part of the business, but you are going to expose yourself to potential injury. Brent, injuries are always part of football. This is built to overcome obstacles. Oh, yeah. Yes, this team is built to overcome obstacles. And again, the depth on this team appears to be outstanding. I say appears because you don't really know until it's out on the field. But I think we're going to do pretty well with things. Robert, greetings and salutations, Duke Crew. Finally watching live. Well, welcome in, Robert Young. Hopefully you enjoy it. And don't be afraid to hit that subscribe or thumbs up button if you would be so kind. Brent, team is built. Yes, it is. And could it be? I mean, I don't even want to speculate if they're going to sign anybody else. I don't think we will. I don't think we're, at the end of the day, unless there's injuries, I don't think we're adding anybody else to the wide receiver room or other positions. Could it happen? Yes. But I have the strong inkling from this coaching staff in the front office, they're going to roll with the guys they got at this point. Again, injuries or something could change that. Detroit D, greetings, salutations, everyone. Back at you. Hopefully you have an outstanding morning and getting ready for the 4th. See, Trump's, Phil, don't you have a banjo to go paint? That could be. He's doing a great job with the Duke Crew guitar. Phil sends me over pictures and updates. And, man, Phil, what you can do with stuff, that's pretty impressive, man. I mean, you got some real talent. Motown Mitch, greetings, salutations, Coach and Duke Crew. Lions rule, Bears drool, 1,000%. And good morning to you, too, man. Gary, good morning, Duke Crew. Back at you, Gary. Phil, how many times have you been told no politics? Yes, politically free zone here. You can talk about it on other shows, other channels, if they allow that, but not here, not here. No politics here. Unless you're talking about maybe Mountain Dew versus Mellow Yellow. I'll allow that. Let's see, Ed, good morning, Coach and Duke Crew. It's a division or bust, 100%. And Ed, I got a question. Are you out fishing this morning? It seems like it would be a good time, but maybe your weather's a little different there. All right, see, Rocky, injuries are part of the game. Worst case scenario, use the extra money and find another player to step in. It's players to step. Yes, we do have a lot of good money available. As you guys know, what we're going to do with it. I've given you guys my thoughts in the past. I think we're going to pay down existing contracts to make them cheaper in the future. But could we keep some to sign a couple players if need be? Absolutely. Absolutely. Ozzy Osbourne, hey, man, now it has been a minute since I've seen you. Good morning, Drew. Good morning, Drew. Hey, Coach Dan, I was wondering why don't you wear any of your wife's apparel for the team? Actually got a couple of shirts, and they're really nice Go Lions. I do from time to time. Yeah, I'll wear like some of the Lions Talk Live gear or Iceland. I was wearing the Dew Crew hat. A lot of what I do have, though, is warmer weather stuff, and don't have the air conditioning on here in the studio some days, but most of the time just a window open. And let me tell you, it gets a little warm in here. Let's see. Rocky hit the wrong button by accident. Hey, man, it happens, man. It happens. Phil Sarge should do the show. Hey, there you go. There we go. All right. Moonscar. Trump free Juice Bates. Where? All right. Fair enough. Free brats. There you go. Free brats. Who doesn't like them? Let's see. Miles Hutch. Let him roar. One pride, baby. There we go. Trump's go. Yeah, all right. Well, it happened. All right. Trump's don't start. All right. Here we go. Moonscar. Crazy divide. More proof how, not good Quinn Trisha was. 100%. Yeah, is what it is. I mean, we all had high hopes, like every Lions fan, every time there's a new regime. He had hopes Bob Quinn could do wonders. He had hopes Matt Patricia would be something. And those guys were just a train wreck on all shapes and sizes. It's unfortunate. I also get to agree when that ended, you understood why Matt Stafford wanted out of here. I mean, he's just gone through it so many times. And it's no disrespect for the guy. I still hope he gets sacked 1,000 times week one against us. But when he was here, could the franchise been ran a little bit better? Could they have done more to help him out? Yep. But it's all the past now. And I will say this, Moonscar, as bad as they were, think about this. If all that doesn't happen, do we have what we have now? At the end of the day, I'm going to say I'm happy we got what we've got. Phil laughing out loud. There we go. All right, Moonscar. Guys, settle down. Trump's bringing brats to the tailgate. Yes, he's bringing brats to the tailgate. Brats, excuse me. Broski, Trump's genius. Good morning, sir. There you go. Phil, Dan. Yes, I am. I am Dan. How you doing, Phil? Let's see. Trump's morning bear. No politics. Phil's feeling. All right. Yeah, just no politics here, guys. No politics. Bo, free brats. Free brats. There we go. No politics. Yes. Don, Trump's genius is the reason. Dan needs to have mods and chat needs to start giving out blue wrenches. All right. I'll have to check out what a blue wrench is, but I'm on it. So I'll work on it. Moonscar, juicy ones. Yes. Get some juicy brats. Kurt Steele, what up, though? What up, Kurt? And good morning to you, too. Let's see. Trump's, Don, I could care less. Bambi. All right. Fair enough. All right. Bo, only kind Moonscar. Yep. Only kind. Yep. Phil Donberg. Correct. Kurt Steele, green salutations, Duke Crew, back at you. Hopefully the Duke Crew's enjoying your awesome new channel too, my friend. You do a great job of stuff. Ban yourself. All right, that's a bold strategy there, Cotton. See, Bo, boss up, Kurt. This boss up and ball out. Let's see, Phil. If you don't care, why are you here? All right. Moonscar, morning, Kurt. I'm getting all bossed up for the holiday. Hey, there you go. I like that. Kurt Steele, yes, sir. Broski, DJ Reader is coming off his second major quad tear. He's not even ever going to fully recover from it. He might not even be able to play at an NFL level again. That's not a joke. I mean, I get it, Broski, but I would say this. I believe in this medical staff enough to where, hey, if they felt he would be okay to go, that he would have a good recovery and be good for the season, then I'm going to go with that just because they're the ones who got hands-on evaluation of him. Is it possible that, he could never play at the NFL level again? It is true, but I also believe that, yes, the medical staff's qualified enough to say, he's going to be okay. It's not a problem. So we'll see, though. Look at it. Hey, Kurt, boss up. Yes, 100%. Kate, what do we got? Please keep this I can't talk. Politics free, or many will leave, even if idiots stay. Yeah, I'll say this, man. No politics here, and if I've got to lay the hammer down on somebody, I'm going to. I've gone over this last year ad nauseum. I also get the elections coming up. I could care less who wins or who loses. I'm just not into politics, and it's not happening here. So if you can't abide by that, I have no problem banning somebody. So don't do it. You want me to be the bad guy? I'll be the bad guy, but I'm asking you. You're here to talk about Detroit Lions and just, good stuff. Nobody wants to get mixed up with, politics. If you're that obsessed with it, go to a political channel, because that means you can't control yourself when it comes to talking politics. If you are that worried about the politics, go to some place that deals with it. This ain't that. All right. Yep. All right. Well, all right. I just said this. So coming tomorrow, man, I'm going to say this. Come tomorrow. If you put anything about politics or try to word it oddly, I find out about it, I'm just knocking you out of the show. I don't want to do that to people, but this is the show. It is about sports. It is not about politics. If you cannot control your mouth about it, then you need a timeout. So you want to be a kid about it, then be a little kid about it. All right, Moonscar, Broski, very possible he came back from the first one and had a very good year. This is also true. This one is an opposing leg. He is 30 now, though. He is. He's getting older. And let me tell you, man, dealing with that hamstring for the last week, yeah, I can tell you, it's a little bit different than when I was, say, in my 40s or 30s or 20s. Of course, I don't have a professional medical staff trying to help me out either. Let's see, Doug, Trump's James, okay, yeah. Let's move on from this topic. I'm usually quiet and just listen, but this is total BS. Dan, please manage your page. Yes, I've made my okay. I hate to do this, Trump, but gonna have to put you in a little bit of a time out here if I can figure out how to do it. There, we'll delete the comment. There we go. All right, fair enough. All right, Silver Surfer. Good morning, Coach, and everyone else. Back at you. I hope you're having a great one there, Surfer. I'd see Broski Bear, Moonscar Bear. So he will have two bum legs instead of one. Nice. Let's again have faith in the medical staff that they can go ahead and make a proper evaluation for it. All right, Trumps, you've been putting in a little bit of time out for the day, so you can't control yourself. I'm going to control you for you. All right, Broski. Oh yeah. Well, yes, you got to work on the Macho Man for you. Moonscar, he can just lay there. Yeah, he can just lay there. He probably eat up a lot of space just doing that. Rosie, yeah. Hope you have a great day. Yep, great 4th. Silver Server, I am surprised that Reader is out. No. And for training camp, I would say my guess is most of us anticipated something like this could happen. So, I mean, if he misses all training camp, would it be a huge red flag to me? No. At least as we get reports that he's on the sidelines doing stuff with the medical staff, he's doing some conditioning stuff or whatever. It could just be that if he misses training camp, they're going to focus on just allowing him to rest his body as long as possible before the games that matter. Let's see. I feel like I just missed something there. Am I surprised? No. Something just happened here. Sorry about that. Coach Dan, I know you want to love everyone and be peaceful, but you have to give out blue wrenches and mods. Yeah, control your page. Maybe I will look at doing that. Maybe I'll see if I can appoint somebody a moderator or 2 people a moderator. I've never had to deal with it, because fortunately most people control themselves enough. But I get that. Maybe as we get closer to the election, maybe I've got to do some of that. So you know what? Let me consider who to ask if they want to be a moderator or whatever. I know Don, you'd probably drop a hammer on some people. I know Moonscar would probably do it. So yeah, probably about time for me to step up. Maybe Bo or somebody, get a couple people to be mods, and that way, if somebody can't be here one particular day or whatever, can do it. So let me see if I can conquer that over the weekend, and then or I guess tomorrow, and see what we can do to control it. So good thoughts, guys. Good thoughts. Bo Trump. Put your bike pack on, the like on. It's looking good. There you go. Nose enjoy Trump. Stay safe. There you go. Let's see. Rocky, with all the new NFL, they will be allowed to hit anyone on defense. With the new NFL, yeah, it will be a little bit different. And we all get it. It's been trending this way for decades now, where it is a different league than if you watched it in the 70s or 80s, or you could even say the 90s. It has changed. Don, people worried about Reader are the ones who have to face. Of course, they want him not to play. Yes, and you know what? I think he's going to play. He's going to be just fine, but doesn't mean he won't miss some time. Broski should be a mod. Yeah, now that's an idea there, Broski. That is an idea. Broski, Don Bird doesn't seem like he's going to be facing anyone besides the man in the mirror. He's asking him to change his legs. Yes, we will see what happens with the legs. Moonscar, Broski, Rocky, yes, defense can hit, but only to the belly button, and then the defender has to run the tummy afterwards. Yeah, there's a lot of different rules, and it just happens. Let's see. Don Broski, you would never be a mod. You're the enemy, no matter how cool you try to pretend to be. This, all right, fair enough. Broski, Don Burr. Oh yeah. Let's see, Bo. What's a blue wrench? I'm guessing it has something to do with moderating on the channel, but I'll have to look into that because to be honest, I've just never dealt with it. See, Don Broski, he'll be kicking. Yes, but again. Laughing out loud, look up in dominant game Reader had versus the Rams, your new center now. Yes, Reader's had some good seasons. Broski Bear, Bobo chat moderators' names turn blue and have a blue wrench after their names. I will look into that, guys. I will look into how to do that over here. Moonscar, symbol for a moderator can now moderate the comments. Yes, and again, I'll look into that. I'll see if I figure out all that, Scooby-Doo it, and maybe come up with something on that. Silver Server, with all these injuries, I think we're going to see a lot of Wingo and return of Kaminsky. I wonder if Kaminsky's going to make it, man. I do. It doesn't mean he can't make it. I just wonder if he's on the outside looking in. Don Burr, Bo Booth, it's for moderators who kind of monitor the page. There we go. Let's see. Bo, thanks, guys. I've noticed them. Don't know what they are. Yeah, I didn't either. So thank you for the information on that. See, Broski, I know how much Lions fans are into preseason rankings and awards. PFF just ranked the Bears O-line number 11 going into the season. That was impressive, isn't it? Because we talk about how bad we believe the Bears offensive line is. And yes, I did see that where the Pro Football Focus said they were going to be the 11th best. Bus driver, hey, it's been a minute. Morning Dew Crew, finally don't have to work. So I'm guessing you're here for the summer. Enjoy it, my friend. Probably very few professions earn some time off like you do. So enjoy it, man. You have earned it. See, Don, our medical team is top notch. Hell, Frank Ragnow is an example also. That's a fair point. You look at everything Ragnow went through, and then even Sam Laporta from the last regular season game to the first playoff game. Yeah, they did a great job with him. All right, DJ Reader. Used a walking cane. Yeah, he's ready to dominate the NFL again. Laughing out loud. Oh, yeah. Maybe he is. Maybe he's playing possum. Maybe he's just lulling everybody into a false sense of security. Don, Pro Football ranks Detroit's offensive line number 1. This is also true. So, very true. Rocky, it will give Martin more time to play and improve. That I agree with the preseason. Yes, I agree with you, Rock. See, Moonscar, 11 hour. All right. 11 minus 1 equals 10. Very good. All right, Broski. I guess Pro Football Focus agrees with me and doesn't think the Bears' offensive line is trash. Bears' O-line might be ranked higher than the Lions' defense. Oh, yeah. It's possible. Like we've said often, you're going to have to wait for the season to get here, the games that matter, to find out what's really is what it is. All right, Don, DJ Reader is going to have a hell of a year. You should be worried. Broski, especially we play all y'all week 10 or 11, he will be rested. He will be very rested by then. Maybe they just rest him until then. That's an idea there, Don. And Silver Server, Raiders just going into the middle and plug. No need of training camp. I'll go with that. All right, guys, a couple more, and then it's about time for me to go to get the Mountain Dew. Let's see. Broski, Don Bird, that's your Super Bowl win right there. Pro Football Rankings, Lions, offensive line preseason number 1. Congrats. All right, Don, Lions defensive line ranked 4, buddy. Don Bird, man, you guys are going at it. I'm just going to let you guys keep going. I get into some other stuff here. Bo, 14-3. I like it. Hookadoo, 14-3 is a thumbs up. You have thumbs up for me, too. Don Burr and Broski. Maybe we just need to do a live stream of you guys going at it. Steel cage death match. Moonscar, yep. History for both franchise stinks. Both hitting in the right direction now. I will go with that. As long as Caleb Williams does develop and they take care of him, then yeah, the Bears should be improving exponentially. Let's see, D13. I think Carlton Davis will be a horrible trade signing free agent move. I think by week 4, people will be calling for his benching, and by week 8, he will be benched. Man, all right. I hope you're wrong, obviously, as a Lions fan, but we will have to wait and see it, clearly. All right, Doug, if Reader goes on IR 4 games, he has 6 weeks before Dallas leaves a spot open, and even if we go just 2-2, we have the best defensive tackle and best FJB. All right, my bad. Yeah. So we'll move on from the political stuff. But thank you, Doug, for pointing that out. All right, D13, ESPN, other teams / players are ignoring the fact that we will have a healthy Ali McNeil. Yeah, I'm with you, D13. I think he's going to have a phenomenal season this year. A phenomenal season. Silver Surfer, I saw the day I saw Caldwell go and Patricia come, I had no hope. Plus the next day, the supposed rape in college came out. Down we go, I thought. Yeah, and I don't know all the details about the story about college or anything, so I won't address it because I just don't know enough about it. All right. Kurt Steele, interesting conversation today in the comments. 100%. Yes, and unfortunately, I don't like banning people, but enough's enough over the last year or so. I've thrown out more than a few requests no longer to have that kind of stuff. All right, Kurt Steele, what up, though, Broski Bear? There we go. Manifest My Destiny. Always try to give your questions that makes you think. Thank you for that, Manifest. If there's an injury on this team outside of quarterback, which player could cause the most concern? Ooh, that's a good question, Manifest. If it was me, it'd probably be one of 3 people. Gibbs, Hutchinson, or St. Brown. And no specific order there, but that would probably be my biggest 3. But great question there, Manifest. Let's see, Kurt Steele, Broski, Bear, wow, yeah, 100%. Manifest, Hutch, we think alike there. Broski, Don Bird, you should know my thoughts on Nomad by now as well. I join their chats from time to time, but I made a list and won't forget all the Bustin' fanboys who were acting rotten. All right? Let's see, Moonsky, Broski, Bear, Don Bird, you two should start a cooperative YouTube channel and just go back and forth for an hour a day. That could be fun. I might even subscribe. Call it the Black and Blue. That's not a bad idea for you guys. You guys might want to do that. That might be hilarious. Bus driver, laughing out loud. I don't get time off. I drive a motor coach. All right, so no off seasons unless charters are slow. All right, my bad. Well, hopefully at least enjoy today off. Bo, Black and Blue, I like it. Don, skip the Bears. Broski, DJ Raider starting with the man in the mirror. He's asking him to change his legs. It's a message you could have been any clearer. Yes, 100%. All right, a couple more here. Let's try to get some other people here. Hey, Hutch logged on to see Bears fans talking. Said not today, but good morning, Duke Crew. Back at you, and hopefully having a great one, my friend. Let's see. All right, guys. Hey, Broski, Manifest My Destiny. Good question. Hutch or St. Brown for sure. Don, no, if I started a channel, it'd be called F the Bears. All right, fair enough. All right, guys. Great show today. Thank you all for your comments and stuff. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. Like I said, we're like 10 subs away from hitting 6,800. If you would take a moment of time, hit the thumbs up button. That'd be great. No show tomorrow. I'm going to take the day off for the 4th. Actually, it will be the first time I believe I've had a day off from every one of my jobs. So no coaching, no scouting, no YouTube, no stocks, no nothing, no real estate. And I can't even remember. I've got a day totally off. I'm going to drink some dew. I'm going to hang out by the pool. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to be bored after about 15 minutes of sitting around going, what do I do? But all right. Hope you guys have a great one. I'll see you back on Friday. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your time. Whatever you're going to do with the 4th of July. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you on the next Lions Talk Live, everybody. Have a good one.
Happy trails to you until we meet again.